Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. If you worked graveyard shift last night, hopefully you had a good shift. It is 6:19 in the AM. Thank you everybody for being subscribed to this channel. If you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to this channel as we talk about private security industry related matters. We do talk about law enforcement related matters, usually if it pertains to private security. And then sometimes we just dedicate some of the videos to those who are interested in a career in law enforcement. Anyhow, I want to talk about some things that have not yet been talked about in the private security industry. It hasn't been talked about in the news, but that topic is lawsuits. Yes, lawsuits. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about litigation and what nobody is talking about. So, look, when there's an incident like this, and we're talking about the Charlie Kirk assassination, there is lawsuits, guys. It's going to happen. And I'll tell you what the cause of action most likely is going to be. In attendance, you have approximately 3,000 attendees. Many were for Charlie, and there was some against him, but it doesn't matter, right? Now, when they saw this horrific event, first off, what do you think happens when you see a casualty like this in front of your own eyes? Now, I've seen a lot of casualties in my lifetime. I mean, I've been in law enforcement for well over 22 years. When you add in security, you're talking about maybe 25 and a half years. I've seen a lot of bad things, a lot of horrible things that I just can't get rid of in my mind. I've got help in the past, but those things will just linger around in your brain. They'll be in a special folder, but they will never forever go away. Here you have 3,000 attendees. I want to say many of them are college students. They haven't really developed the benefit of resiliency yet. Some of them have been through trauma, but some of them have not. And this is like the first terrible thing that they've seen in their life. Now, I never experienced anything like this. I know that some of you have, mass casualty event. And I don't know what you go through every day, but I can only imagine. The type of legal claim that you're most likely going to see is negligent infliction of emotional distress. Yes, negligent infliction of emotional distress. Utah Valley University has a duty of care, has a duty of care for a casualty event like this not to happen. And what you saw unfold on September 10th just shows you that there was a pothole. Okay, there was a pothole in the standard of care. What I absolutely see, again, is the lawsuits coming in, whether or not the judge is going to hold up the lawsuit, whether he's going to allow it to proceed, that's a topic of another story. But you will see those lawsuits start to come in. Most likely it's going to be maybe a global lawsuit. I don't know, but there's a lot of attorneys out there. I'm pretty sure they want to get started. They want to get started on this event and start filing before anybody else does. Just imagine, guys, the publicity from an attorney in Utah. Okay, you are the attorney that litigated this event, this mass casualty event. How much fame is that going to bring to your law firm? Now, I really don't like to talk about this, about fame and business, when we consider that there was a tragedy. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen, okay? The other part of the lawsuit no one's talking about and it's a legal claim, is workers' compensation. Workers' comp insurance claim. I don't know how Utah operates in regards to security companies. I don't know what security company Charlie's EP team works for. I don't know if they're in-house. I have no idea. What I do know is that when you are in close quarters to something like this and you're involved, this can activate PTSD. It can create a PTSD situation, post-traumatic stress syndrome. Do you really think that Charlie's team, his EP agents, do you think that they had enough sleep over the past week? Now, if you're part of Charlie's security team and you're watching this, look, man, I understand that there's going to be a lot of criticism, and you might feel terrible about the situation, like you didn't do enough. And I know one of you is watching this video. Regardless of the criticism out there, considering the training, maybe the experience that you had, the resources that you had at that point in time, you guys went above and beyond. Considering what I just mentioned. And I hope you're doing well. But I'll say this, aside from me talking directly to the EP agents, there could be workers' comp claims, again, for PTSD, and sometimes that doesn't go away. If you're part of Charlie's EP team, I need you guys to get help like now. Go to a licensed psychologist. There's something called, oh my goodness, I forgot it was, man, it was called EBR. Oh my, I forgot the name of it, but basically, a psychologist has to be trained in this. Sometimes your clinical social workers can get trained in this, but you're basically talking to a therapist, and you're having them, you're following their pencil or their finger, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to get all this trauma here and process it somewhere here in different files, so you don't have recurring thoughts about it. If you're part of Charlie's EP team, you need to get the help out, because it's not going to go away. And I know that some of them are probably military veterans, and you've maybe seen it all overseas, maybe you've been in combat, but this is a traumatic experience. You need to get help. You definitely need to get some help. Anyhow, that would most likely activate a workers' comp claim. How much money is involved, I have no idea. So you have the lawsuit of negligent infliction of emotional distress, and then you have also a workers' comp claim, and then also Charlie's family is hurting right now. They're grieving, and there's some part of the process where anger might be involved. And then also just imagine you're Charlie's widow, right? Now I know that there's a lot of talk that they have millions, so on and so forth. I don't really, I mean, it really doesn't matter, right? A human being is a human being, but they're going to try to seek some redress, or they could seek some redress for the lifetime of the children, right? Or something that covers the lifetime of the children, or at least until their adulthood. I mean, look, you got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old that's involved, and you have his widow, right? Are they going to be entitled to any compensation? And I would argue perhaps, right? Now, it's going to go back to the security team, whether they're contractor or in-house. If they're contractor, I could see a lawsuit unfolding, and that could be failure to train, failure to keep your contractual obligations of providing security, adequate security. And again, I'm not putting down Charlie's security team. I know that at least one is going to be watching this video. But there could be potential litigation involved in that. You promised to provide a certain level of service and you failed to carry it out. And I think it's going to happen with a lot of security companies, a lot of EP agencies. sometimes it don't matter what you do, you're going to get a lawsuit. What matters more is what steps did you go through, right, to prevent something like this. I don't know the level of training that they received. I have no idea. But if you are part of Charlie's security detail and you're watching this, feel free to reach out to me. Again, I keep everything confidential. I have never, ever burned anybody on this channel. People have reached out to me in confidence, and we had these important discussions, and we all learn from events that have happened in the past. But please definitely feel free to reach out. I don't think that they will, but sometimes you guys get surprised. Get surprised, guys. Sometimes you guys get truly surprised. Now, if you're running an EP team, you're probably not running an EP team. There's so many security companies out there that advertise, hey, we provide EP service. No, you don't. You market for it, but you don't even know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing. I've consulted with a significant amount of people in this small circle of security, and people who you think are armed, like they're armed EP protection, executive protection, they're not armed. They are not armed, and I'm talking about, again, significant people in the world. Their EP team is not armed. I'm not going to disclose what teams are not armed, but yeah. Do you need to be armed? Well, if you want to protect that client from an armed threat, you should be armed. You absolutely should be armed. Okay. Now, I see these security teams out there on the internet. A lot of them are Florida-based. They're wearing these Rubalcabas, these masks, and they're holding like these Dracos, and they're surrounding a dignitary. Guys, that's not dignitary protection. Again, most of these guys have no idea what they're doing. Get trained, get adequate training. We have some training coming up. Okay, we have some training coming up. Most likely on Friday, I will be interviewing Fred from Active Crisis Consulting. They're based out of Texas. Fred has over 40 years of protecting people in high threat environments. Okay? Over 40 years. Most people watching this video today, or whenever you watch it, aren't even 40 years old. Think about that, guys. Imagine that you can hear a conversation regarding EP work and what we could have done better. What is the current standard? Some advice for EP teams. You can all hear that on Wednesday if you're interested. But I do need you to be subscribed to the channel. And if you have any specific questions you want me to ask Fred, go to my website, crimebullet.com. It's in the description box below. And send me email. So far, no one has reached out to me regarding what questions you want me to ask him. Now, we're not going to go over if they're hiring. We're not going to go over how do you get into the EP industry. No, we're talking specifically about the Charlie Kirk assassination. That's it. And tactics, techniques. What is the current industry standard? That's what we're going to be talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And I would like you guys to be there. Most likely we're going to start at 0830 Pacific time. Make sure you guys wake up early. I will be monitoring the questions. Again, I will not be answering questions that revolve around how are you guys hiring. Just specific questions about techniques and tactics. That's it. So reach out. As for training, we have a post. So I was able to get the dignitary security course that California Department of Justice offers to the Highway Patrol, offers to law enforcement agencies. I was able to get that course post-certified. We're actually one of 3 in the entire state of California that got it post-certified, which is awesome. And guys, I don't know if you know it, but Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, she's protected right now by the California Highway Patrol, and the Highway Patrol gets that training from Cal DOJ, and we're using a very similar course syllabus, but obviously there's going to be some differences. But I think that you're getting the course from a truly remarkable security team at Active Crisis Consulting. Now, unfortunately, it's only restricted to law enforcement as we speak. That was per our friends at Active Crisis. They want to see how the class works out. If it works out well in law enforcement, they're more than willing to open it up to the private security sector. Obviously, they're going to do background checks, but you're going to get a very similar course. Now, if you own like a roadway, like a private roadway, where we can do some evoc type of training, or you have like a facility that we could train at, hey, let's talk. Let's definitely talk. And we like the Active Crisis team to, we would like to invite them to your training facility. You know, that's a huge thing is venue, right? Anyhow, for more details, if you are in law enforcement, reach out. If you're not in law enforcement, reach out as well. And I've saved a lot of emails over the past couple of months. Let's see. Also, hey, I got a complaint on my YouTube short videos. A subscriber wants me to take down the video of the Charlie Kirk assassination in respect to his kids and wife. Let me say this. Never in my life have I been so down and out because of something I saw on television. Okay, other than 9/11. This really hit me hard, right? Now, I never followed Charlie Kirk on any of his social media platforms. I agree with a lot of his ideas, not everything, but I never subscribed to him. Again, I didn't follow him just because already what he was saying I believed in already. But there's just something about that video that just disturbs me, right? And I know that some people feel the same way. Guys, I'm gonna leave up the video, and here's why. Okay, because of that video and other fault videos, our subscriber base have increased. This is not a money's number. This is not a money's game. And again, I feel so terrible talking about this, but it's like one of the only way, or a way, that we can get an audience and we can start talking about adequate security protection and adequate training is to leverage those platforms. And unfortunately, that's one way on how we get more subscribers. So I think we got like 40 subscribers in the past like 5 days from these videos that we've made. Guys, I make almost nothing. The YouTube short video that I uploaded got like 15,000 views in like 30 minutes. I've made 17 cents. 17 cents, and the aftermath video, I made $2.15. That's it. I don't really care about the revenue that comes in. What matters more is that we get more of an audience, and I don't want to refer to people as subscribers. It's more of a community, right? I just wish this channel was a lot bigger than what it was, or I'm sorry, bigger than what it is. And I think if we're able to do so, we can act in our community, right? So, for example, Meet Kevin. I don't know if you guys ever watched the Meet Kevin show. Meet Kevin is a businessman. He's a realtor. Net worth millions and millions. He ran for governor, and in the Democratic Party, I was actually thinking about voting for him, to be honest with you guys. But anyhow, he got like the most votes, one of the most votes in the Democratic Party, and his audience came from his channel. Now, that's not my goal. My goal sometimes is political advocacy. Especially in California, I want to advocate for change. I want to push back some of the crazy, ridiculous bills that CalSAGA, CalSAGA has pushed forward. I want to have a voice out there. And this is one of the ways, is through these videos. Unfortunately, the subscriber, I need the subscriber base, because subscriber base is more or less equal to, I want to say, it's just a way to create community. That's it. All right, guys. So that's all I got. I know some of you guys have commented. Please, guys, comment in the regular chat. I would really, 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 really appreciate it. All right, guys. I'm officially out. Take care.